welcome to the channel. In this short video, we are going to explore a really cool feature of Windows 11 that you may not use today, but you are definitely going to be happy that it's back. And when I say back, I mean new and improved. Do you remember Windows System Restore? For about 2 decades, it was our go-to solution for oh my god problems. You know, you'd run a Windows update and some rogue driver had caused a blue screen and the machine wouldn't boot anymore and you're in hell. So you'd go into recovery mode and try to roll back using that tool. Well, that system had a number of problems, not the least of which was it didn't always work, and that it only created based on triggers like something was installed or uninstalled, or there was a Windows update cycle that ran. And if you've been running Windows 11 and paying attention to the details, which most people don't, you would have noticed that System Restore was disabled last year in 2025, which I thought was a bit nutty because it may not have worked perfectly, but it was there and it cost nothing. But as of the start of July 2026, all Windows 11 Home and Pro computers now have this new feature called Point-in-Time Restore. Let's show it to you. I'll simply click the Start button and type in there it is, Point-in-Time Restore. But it's really just under System right here and then Recovery and Point-in-Time Restore right there. And let's click View or Edit to get an idea of what it is. You can see that Home and Pro have it on by default. Windows 11 Education, we're not sure whether it's on or off by default, but we do know Windows 11 Enterprise, it's turned off by default. And that's because your system admin needs to turn it on. Now, point-in-time restores are an awful lot more thorough than the old System Restore. So now if your computer gets bricked by a crazy bad patch or driver, or even a virus, you can easily roll back to yesterday's version of your computer. That's the entire system in just a few minutes. So we'll describe how it works and give you the one big gotcha that you need to be aware of and how you need to mitigate that gotcha right now. And I mean today. So what was the problem with the old System Restore? Well, it didn't back everything up. It didn't back up your files, for instance. Just system files. And not even all of those. Also, it was slow. And again, it was based on those triggers. So you might not have a System Restore to roll back to for a couple of weeks if you haven't installed or uninstalled anything. Now, both of these systems, the new Point-in-Time Restore and the old System Recovery with restore points, are based on volume shadow copy. And what does that mean to you? It means it's crazy efficient. It's not going to take up a lot of space on your computer. It's looking at block level differences. So let's say you go into a PowerPoint and you change a single graphic or a Word document and edit it and change 2 words in it. Volume shadow copy won't take the entire file that you worked on. All it's going to do is figure out what tiny little piece of that file you changed, where it's stored on your, well, today in your solid state disk, and then it's just going to copy just that piece. It will not copy the whole file. And when you do a restore, it'll just replace that piece, which is great because it makes it so much faster than doing an old backup restore. Point-in-time restore, awesome. And you can see on my system here, it has restore points created on July 7th and 8th at about 8:30. And then there's a skip on the 9th, but at 3:22 a.m., there is a restore point that has been created. What's that about? Well, point-in-time restores are not configurable. The system simply looks for a time when the computer is not busy to run that volume shadow copy snapshot. So if the machine's powered off or forced into deep sleep, a full hibernate, it's not going to grab it. But it will grab it the next time the machine is available. So in my case, I was probably working really late that day, which I do all the time. And so I probably went to bed about, 3:15 in the morning and it said, okay, well, I can take a backup now, where it's not a backup. Now I said it's not configurable, but there's a restore point frequency and restore point retention listed right here. That looks configurable. No, it's not. See, these are grayed out. The only version of Windows that these are not grayed out in is Windows Enterprise. So if you're running Windows 11 Home or Pro, you can't modify these. Now, you can actually hack this a little bit through the registry, but there's no GUI for it. I'll simply put the registry information up on the screen here for the incredibly small number of people that want to change the schedule. And then, well, what about disk space? There's this restore point disk usage. Yes, you can adjust that a little bit if you want, but it maxes out at 2% of your disk. It has a 50 gig max. So it's either 2% of your disk or 50 gig, whichever it hits first. And I have a huge 4 terabyte drive. That means you're not going to have your machine consumed with these point-in-time snapshots. And you can see here that restore point retention is 72 hours. So it's only going to keep a few days worth, which is really all you want. Now let's take a look at where these files are actually stored. If you go into your C drive, there's a folder called System Volume Information. Now I have this turned on in my view settings. You won't. But even with the viewing of core operating system files and folders set to be viewed like it is here, you can't get into it. You have to use one of two things. You can either change the security or just use a little tool. I use WizTree. It's free, it works. Oh, I didn't run this as an administrator. Re-click Run as admin. Yeah, click Scan. And let's drill into System Volume Information. And you can see my files right there. 3:22 a.m. Not much mystery what that is. And you can see it's quite small, 2 gig Delta files, which is what these volume shadow copy point-in-time restore files are. Now it's really important to note this is not a backup. So if this machine completely craters, the hard drive fails, well, these snapshots are gone. So please do not call this a backup. It's not. It's a security and management feature that allows you to roll your machine back, but in a different way from a proper backup. Backups are put onto external devices or into the cloud or somewhere else. So if this machine gets stolen or dropped in water, you can get all your data back. Point-in-time restores keep only the differentials and they keep it on this machine. Now you might ask, well, what happens if I get a virus? Because I mentioned that at the start. Yep, for most viruses, this will still let you clean out that virus by rolling back to the previous day. Now, in the future, viruses will probably pick this up and realize, oh, there's a point-in-time restore. I should probably go delete that somehow. How do you actually use this, in an emergency? It's no problem. If your machine craters out and can't start, it will get into the Windows recovery environment, Windows RE. That'll happen when the machine fails to boot cleanly 3 times, or if you force it. And when you do, you can click Troubleshoot, and then in Troubleshoot you can see it's got this point-in-time restore. You select the time and boom, it'll do the restore. Now I said there's one catch, but there's actually 2 you need to think about. So let's say you've been working on an Excel document for the last 18 hours, and the machine became corrupted because of a driver update or something, and then you go to this point-in-time restore and do the restore. That Excel file, if it's stored on your local computer, is going to be rolled back to whatever version it was before you blew your 18 hours. Now you might say, well, that's annoying. I don't want that. Well, 2 things. 1, this is a choice. It's an option. But much more importantly, almost everybody uses some sort of cloud storage to save their files. In my case, I use OneDrive, and that's what Microsoft obviously wants you to use. But lots of other tools are out there for Google Drive and for Amazon. And so your desktop and documents will be restored immediately after the machine has gone through its point-in-time restore. And then, well, in my case, OneDrive starts up and it goes, oh, there's an old version of this file. I'm going to get you the new one. So that's the first thing, but that's relatively minor. Here's the big catch. If you have left your Windows 11 computer in its default configuration, BitLocker is turned on. BitLocker encrypts the disk to keep it safe so that somebody can't steal your machine and do what we used to do, which is take the disk out, put it into a different computer, power up, and get access to all of your files. Now, with BitLocker, if I take your hard drive, SSDs these days, and put it into a new computer, if it's BitLockered, yeah, it's just going to be scrambled garbage. To me, I won't be able to do anything with it. So how does that all relate to point-in-time restores? When you do the point-in-time restore, if your computer is BitLockered, it's going to ask for the 48-digit key. Oh my, how do you get that? I'll show you how. There are 2 ways to get your BitLocker key. The first is command line. Just right-click on the Start button and select Windows Terminal or Command Prompt or PowerShell. This command will work in all of it. But make sure it's running as admin. So click on that, and there's your command. Now, Because this is a home PC, not even a laptop, BitLocker serves precious little purpose. So I have BitLocker turned off. But in your case, when you put in that command, manage BDE-protectors-get-C, you will have a 48 character code. And you will need to know that to do the restore for a point in time. The other way, which is how most people will actually get it, is to go to Microsoft. If you've signed into your computer with a Microsoft account, the BitLocker key is stored here. account.microsoft.com/devices/recovery key. It'll force you to sign into your Microsoft account, and you can see all of my BitLocker keys. Now, normally this would be super uncool to show you these keys. However, I now have BitLocker turned off on all of these devices. So these keys will do you no good if you break into my office and steal my computer. But you can see that's what the key was. So Microsoft is calling this the baseline for Windows security. And really, it's something we've needed for about a decade. Point-in-time restores are very important for those times when you are screwed. And now that this is released to everybody, you don't have to wait for some sort of next version of Windows, Windows 12, Windows 20, whatever they're going to call it. No, it's available right now to everybody. It's in general release. You should take a quick look at it. Just click Start, type in Recovery or Point in Time, and just make sure that this all smells right to you. And let us know in the comments whether you've used this to save a bricked computer or not. I certainly used the old System Restore a number of times. So hey, as usual, this is an unsponsored video, so if you find it useful, we'd really appreciate the big thumbs up, and subscribe's also appreciated. Hype doesn't hurt either, and comments are always welcome. And if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody has an opinion. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.